Good morning. Welcome to the craft room. I'm Ellie Barnes. I'm here today to show you a new bundle, and it's a Christmas bundle, and this is for the preparations of Christmas in July, I'm sure, but we all like to make our Christmas cards early, and I thought this is a great little set that one of my clients said to me, "Oh, I'm not getting that. I don't make tags and little gift tags and little cards and things, so I couldn't use it." Well, you can. So let's get down and have a look at the bundle. I'll get you down to the desk and we'll get started. I better first just make sure we are live in the right place and people are able to tune in.
Get down to the desk and we'll get
And then
started.
I left my volume up. That was silly of me. Now, let's get started on this. So this bundle is very, very versatile. It's called A Little Cheer. So I'm going to pop you down. First we've got to see the ceiling because we like that, don't we? No, we don't. It's the only way I can make this work. There we go. So this is our bundle today. And feel free to jump on, ask questions, say hello. I've got the comments up. I hope they're working. The other day they didn't, but we'll keep going. Give me a thumbs up if you're watching, and then I know I've got my comments working. Anyhow, I'm going to keep going. A Little Cheer is a great bundle. It has very tiny stamps, but it has little punches to match. Now, this is a great bundle if you don't want to spend a lot of money. It's one of our cheaper bundles, and it's gorgeous. It's got some lovely sayings. You can say, "Sending a little cheer," "Christmas time is here," "Happy or Merry Christmas," and "To and from." So you can make gift cards. You can make, I actually have made packaging today. That's when all this conversation started. And you can also make normal size cards. So I'm just going to pop it aside and show you some of the things so that you get an idea. This is what started the conversation. Now, these dies, and I'm using them in our card today, is this lovely huge set. Now, what do they call them? The party banners dies. Now, I'll just put that back under there so I don't lose it. And I just used the second one and the third one on this. We're going to use the first one on our card today. But yes, it made a little package. I put one on the back. These are soaps. I make or give small gifts to all Bella's care team and her teachers and things. These are beautiful soaps from I will tell you, it's dusk. I waited and bought them on special so that I could make up 25 presents. I've just wrapped them in, this is normal paper from the photocopy machine, or, your printer. I've just wrapped them in that. I stamped on the back just to bring the stamps in, put a belly band around it, put this little tag on it, and there's my Christmas presents all done for all these care workers. So I don't have to now worry about it. So I'm a little bit ahead for Christmas this year. She said, "Oh, I can't make a card out of it." So that's that tag. This is the tag from here. Just looks like that. And I made a card out of it. So yes, you can make a card. I did put the background a little bit bigger, but the front's the same. And I've just put it on a piece of cardstock. And I've used gold around it to bring in the gold. But you don't have to have that. You can do one without gold. I'll pop that one over here so it's out of the road. I just wanted to bring this one in. This is the same as what's in on Stampin' Up's page when they're advertising this bundle. And I've just cut these. Just cut the corners off, punched a little hole in it. I've made the red one at the back about a centimetre longer, and just stamped on. I've just stamped and cut it, punched out these, and then put it on the tag. And put a square on the back, this one to and from. And this is what I came up with to make that tag into a card. Now, you don't have to use tags to make the cards. The card we're making today is not a tag, but we will use, and I think it was this one, yes, that smallest one. So we'll take that out and we'll put these aside until we need them, and we'll get making our card. So I'll just put that in my metallic tray. Oh, I had these here. If you haven't bought this set, because as some people tell me it is rather expensive, and yes it is, but I'm going to be making banners for the rest of my life, I know, so this is going to be fabulous, especially when I make the big banners. But if you haven't got that, and you've got this set, which is called Nested Essentials, I think it was still available. I'm not sure if it's gone into last chance, but you've got all these flags that you can use. So don't feel you have to have the other one, or you can just do what I did with this one. Bring it back and just cut. And that's easy to do. I just get my pencil. I haven't got my pencil here. Here it is. No, it's a pen. I just get my pencil and I work out, I want it to go up, say, 1 centimetre. So I'll put a little dot, halfway point between the two, and 1 centimetre up from the bottom. Put a dot there and you cut from the corner to the dot. And that makes your flag. And then you can snip off some corners up the top here, or you can leave them square like these ones are. So it's very easy to make a flag, but I wanted to show you that just so you don't have to buy the most expensive stuff. If you can't afford it, there are ways of doing it. Now, to get in, we'll just cut a normal card base. And I'm going to fold it in half. Now, oh, pardon me. Those winter chills are getting us. It's rather cool this morning here, 3 degrees, so getting used to it after being in the warmth of Queensland. I also want to cut another piece. I want to cut a piece to go on top. And I did have the measurements written down, so I knew it. There they are. 9 centimetres by 13 centimetres. So that's going to sit on top there, but to distinguish it from the bottom, I'm going to cut some white. So the first I'll do is I'll cut a piece, 0.5 centimetre smaller than my card. That can go on the inside here. And then for here, I wanted, actually I've given, this is the bigger measurement, haven't I? No, 13. That's right. What did I do here? 9. I did it wrong on this side. It should be 8.7. I've read part of the top and part of the bottom. Oh, well, these things happen. This one is going to be 9. Don't throw that out. That's perfect to stamp a greeting on. And this one's going to be 13.3. So instead of normal 0.5 centimetre or 5 millimetres, I'm going down only 3, which gives you that narrower border. So that will sit on like that. And then it will sit on the front like that. But the first thing I want to do is I want to emboss that. So we'll bring in, I'm going to use a new embossing folder. I love holly. I inherited the family tablecloth, Christmas family tablecloth, and it's all in hand embroidered with holly by a nana in our family. And I just love it. So when Stampin' Up bring out anything with holly, and I don't know if you can see this. No, let's see if it goes on the dark. It's beautiful. Now it does have a die that actually cuts the holly, and we will play with that maybe next week or maybe another time. We'll get to that, but I just want to emboss holly on this because I just want a little bit of lift behind what I'm putting on front. So let's bring this in. Now I have new plates, you'll be pleased to see, but we don't need those right now. I need to emboss, so we'll take all those out and I'll just use plate 1 and plate 3. And it goes through much easier when it's, I find an embossing folder, but that was because my plates were curved. Now let's have a look at this. Look at that. I like that. That's almost a card on its own. You could just put some little gems on those, some red gems on those, and you've got your card. Or if you did it this way and you put some white maybe, or a lighter colour on the back, your green leaves stand out, and put some gems on there. I think I'll be playing with that for a bit. But we'll pop that aside. I also need to cut out some flags. So let's get some white cardstock. We can use this piece. I haven't got any. I thought I had a little piece put aside. Oh, where did I put it? Oh well, I might have put it away thinking, don't need that bit. Where's my little thing? We'll just cut a little bit off this one because I am going to use, I've just realised I've cut enough white paper for the card. I don't know about you, but I never talk to myself so much as since I have been doing these lives. And now I talk the whole time I craft. So I've just got that on top of my other plate. I've got my normal plates. And isn't it nice to have new plates so they go through so easy? Look at that. They just glide through. But I hate wasting, or not using the plates up. Now I've already, so you don't have to sit there, cut 3 out because we need 3 flags. So we'll put that over there. Put the waste in the bin. And we'll put this aside. So I've got those bits, but I needed one more piece and I can't remember its measurement. I'll just have to check. 7 by 11. That's what I need. So we'll do it this way. 11 by 7. So I have now my pieces. So the first thing I'm going to do is glue these 3 pieces together. So I'm going to, where's my good one? It's not a good one, it's running low too. We'll put that one on there. I'll go over a little bit, there we go. See that? It just gives you that little bit of a border so that it just highlights it from the background. And then we're going to put this one on top, like so. Then we're going to take these, and I haven't got my sponges out, I need to grab them. I keep my sponges, I have one for every colour, and I keep them in this little container each. These are the Regal ones, so I have 5 containers because I include the in colours. Now I'm using crushed curry. We need this little piece. Where's this piece? So I'm going to get my crushed curry. I'm taking one of my flags and I'm just going around the edge. And then I'm going to stamp a star on here. And then inside the card, I'm going to stamp a star here. And that's crushed curry done. I've got my, over here, we've got the chamois so we can clean up as we go. And that way we won't get ink on everything. And then the next one I'm going to do is my Christmas tree. And he's fallen off. You were supposed to stay on ready. We'll stamp one here so we can punch it out. Clean him up. And, oh, I didn't put the lid back on that, did you, Ellie? It'll dry up. And I want to do a flag. So that's 2 done. And lastly, we'll put this one away. And lastly, we're going to do real red for the Christmas stocking. Clean him up. Do our flag. Now, I've got a little bit of ink on there from one of the sponges, so I'll just wipe that away. Oh, I didn't do these two. I did this last time. Bring them back. Bring them back. Put my tree on. Put my boot on. And that's my inside of my card done. Okay. So, the next thing, oh, we've got a couple long bits of stamping. I'm going to take crumb cake and I'm going to stamp the string that our flags will hang on. Now it's a little bit short, so I'm just going to, I'm going to straighten this, being a polymer stamp, I'm going to straighten it out a bit because I want it to be a bit wider than it is. So being polymer, you can bend them to the shape you want, or in this case, I'm going to straighten it. Now I'll turn the card over, but you'll see what I mean in a minute. I'll stamp this underneath and you'll see the difference. Doesn't look that much different, but it is a lot straighter. Could do it straighter again on this side actually. That looks a bit better. Let's see how we go. And then I'm just going to stamp it. I want it to go all the way to the end. Now I've got to get my head over the top. It's not too bad. Could have been better. And the same here. That's better. So, I also want to put flags out on here and tie them with a ribbon. So, we're going to do it this way. Well, when I say tie with a ribbon, I'm tying it with a stamped ribbon that this set comes with. So we need you to go across a bit more. You can go a bit. That's looking pretty good. And I'm just going to stamp these like so that when I put them back on, the ribbon looks like it's all one stamp. And lastly, I'm going to stamp a greeting. And my greeting's going to be Merry Christmas. So I've just put them together on one block. Unfortunately, this size isn't available anymore because it's my favourite. But I've put them together on one block and then I've practiced it on grid paper till I know it lines up beautifully. And that's how I get them straight. So next we're going to take our little punches and punch out our images. One for there. One tree. And one star. Now this card doesn't take long, but it's quite effective. Now I've got my dimensionals here. I'm going to put these on with a dimensional, if I can pick them up. It doesn't want to come today. I've got to get it right in the middle because these are so small. They are a bit fiddly, but it's worth it. Let's pop that on there. Go back. Pop that on there. Put you in the middle. And then one on here. Oh, he's over the edge. As I said, you just got to be careful. If they are too wide, you can trim them slightly. But I find you can make them fit, but if you don't, that's all right. And we're just going to take, look, I'm going to do 3, but on the back of each. Don't know why I've got my mat here still. Let's get rid of that in case there's any ink on it. 3 on the back of this one. And 3 on the back of this one. starting with the star, because I'm just following what I did for the inside of the card. We'll start with the star, then the Christmas tree, and then the stocking. We're going to pop this inside. Just a bit of glue. That's the inside done. And this one, I'm going to layer it up again. Just so that it sits nicely. I'll quickly get these off. And pop this on here. And there's one way. Now, I've got another way I'm going to do it. So I've got the card prepared to there. So we'll pop that to the side. I have my top piece, but this time I have flags in the colours instead of using the inks and the stamps. I'm just going to take the stamp, the punch, and punch my flag out. Now, don't lose these bits because they're going to go on there. And lastly, this one. This won't take long because it's mainly done. We do need to grab our mat again and our crumb cake. And we're going to see if we can get this one to line up better. Oh, that was nice. Can I do this side as good? I can. When you're in a hurry, it works perfectly sometimes. When you try to make it look fabulous and fuss too much, it doesn't. So let's put these on. That one's going here. This one's going to go here. And this one's going to go here. So we'll get our little bow. And lastly, we'll stamp Merry Christmas. Now, we'll take this out of the road. I put one big one on the top for this and two small ones either side. Now, if you don't have small ones, of course, you can always cut down your larger ones or edge pieces. And then we'll just go in there. you go in there. So you were over here. You were here. Oh gosh, not quite straight. Come on, we can do better than that. And you were here. Now, let's get these on. I just used a dot, just a tiny dot on the back, because otherwise we'll have glue everywhere. We'll pop him down. This glue goes a long way. It's very strong once it's dry. So you don't want to, see that's already run out the side. You don't want too much. And on the back of this one. Right, and then I'm going to glue this to the inside of the card. There we go. Oh, have I made this too long? No, I just put it in the wrong spot, didn't I? There we go. And we'll whack some dimensionals on the back of here. And you know me, I like to put a few dimensionals on. I hate cards that sink in the middle. So let's get this one on. And there's our two different cards. So we'll clear everything out of the road and we'll have a look. Same design, different way of using the bundle. This one I have stamped and punched out. This one I've just punched out. And then I've used the stamps on that one and the punched out pieces on that one. Got them around the wrong way, but doesn't matter. So hopefully you like that, and that inspires you to realise you don't have to have just a stamp set that's just labels. You can turn them into cards. You just have to think outside the box. And I'll show you a few cards coming up this week on my page that also shows that. So this stamp set with its little cute little, I'll close them so you can see them. These are so cute. Cute little punches makes a great way of making cards and gift tags. Okay, let's come back to me. Oh, we go like that. Yes, we've got the ceiling. All right, well that's it for cards today. Hopefully that's inspired you to start looking at what you can do for Christmas. It's a great simple way to have a stamp set that you could make tags or cards with, and I really like it. I think it's cute, and I've got a few more cards that you might enjoy seeing as the week goes by. So stay tuned. I'll be back next week. I will do another Christmas in July card, because we're right at the month of July and the Christmas celebrations that people tend to have. We don't have them here because my daughter's birthday is on the 24th of July. So it coincides too close to the Christmas in July events. So we used to, but now we just spend our time celebrating our daughter, which is lovely too. So I will see you next week. I will bring you another new bundle from the online store that's Christmassy. Have a good week, and I hope everything goes well for you. Bye-bye.